Okay. I've been asked a lot of how I evaluate students, what the role of the teacher should be in the classroom, or what I believe. How do I prefer to carry out assessment, discipline. A lot of things. I can't remember any specific questions though.
Did you ever have to manage an interview in which your English or Spanish speaking abilities were higher than the ones of your interviewer?
No, I don't think so. English? Probably. No, I don't believe so.
No. Okay. As a linguistics major, is there any advice you could offer me?
My best advice would be to continue on and explore, because the field of linguistics is vast. There are so many disciplines and sub-disciplines and things to look at. So we think of many persons think of linguistics as dealing with grammar, language, focus solely on a few issues, when there are a number of issues such as language planning, assessment of students' oral performance in schools, like as was illustrated in a recent thesis carried out by one of our students in one of the towns on the island. Ethnolinguistics, psycholinguistics, language and gender, language and power, all the number of courses that we have not only in the graduate linguistics program, but also in our English department on both the MA and PhD level, illustrate that fact that linguistics is a huge field, and there are so many things that one can do. So I would say to continue to explore, to learn, to dedicate yourself, and enjoy.
Are there any professional associations or publications that I should subscribe to in order to stay updated?
I think that, the TESOL Quarterly, a lot of them. Magazines of
TESOL?
TESOL, the Teaching of English as Another Language. TESOL means Teaching of English to Speakers of Other Languages. There are several magazines. I can't think of them right
now. What do you think is the future of this profession in linguistics?
This profession?
Of a profession that I may pursue.
The future is very bright, exciting. Right here in the Caribbean, in Puerto Rico, we have language policy issues, controversies, usage. As long as humanity exists, and as long as language is such a vital part of our lives and culture, there will be a need for linguistic studies and contributions by linguistics, through linguistics, to the good of, to the well-being of all persons.
Do you believe there will be a high demand for a profession in linguistics in the next 5 to 10 years?
The thing is, Francis, linguistics is so broad that, when you say in linguistics, it's the world has become smaller through globalization. Yes, I do. I think it will continue. We need good educators, linguists, investigators, interpreters, translators. The world is becoming closer. I know for one fact, Mandarin Chinese has grown popularity in the world. It's widespread usage and importance. They're now teaching that to children in the United States, which I think is a first, because I don't think the United States their educational system hasn't stressed even though I benefited from it initially, they haven't stressed the teaching of other languages until very recently. What I meant was teaching of other of languages other than English.
Okay.
What they call their foreign languages.
As the job market continues to tighten and more available candidates enter a sort of scary job market, some desperation is beginning to set in. So how to successfully engage in job hunting in linguistics?
I would say one word: diversify. Being diversify and be as creative as possible, and prepare as best as one can at the BA level. Get an MA. An MA is needed, and make sure and BA, MA, linguistic studies. Don't forget the study of other languages other than English, than Spanish and English here. For example, on campus, foreign languages like Portuguese. The foreign language department here is very good. El italiano, el portugués, el ruso, enseñan chino, árabe. And I think that to get the finest preparation in an interdisciplinary manner as you possibly can, meaning linguistics that will overflow into communications, journalism. Hay que prepararse bien. It's not, we have an excellent undergraduate degree in LICO in the English department. We have an MA in linguistics in the English department, humanities. We have the Programa Graduado. The Programa Graduado will soon have a PhD in applied linguistics, but the interesting thing there is that it's going to include many courses from the English department. We see departments coming together. And I think that's a sign of the times with the field of linguistics. Linguistics can no longer be viewed as something out here that's abstract, that deals with generative grammar. No. It's something that's become very concrete and innovative, and it's becoming more precisely, more quickly. It's coming together as an interdisciplinary field, most definitely.
Okay. I'm majoring in both art and linguistics in English. Do you think there's any relation between the two?
Art?
Yes.
You're an art major? Are you a LICO major?
Mm-hmm.
Is there any connection?
Mm-hmm.
Well, they both belong to the humanities. Linguistics and art both deal with expression, self-expression. Art is the expression, is the representation of one's inner language, which is cast upon a outside source such as painting, sculpture. So they are quite closely related.
To the best of your knowledge, are there any professional opportunities in which both may be involved?
Most definitely, because in many occasions, art, pictures, objects are used to elicit, to bring forward language samples. I know of a dissertation now that is doing that. That is using, the student is using this as part of the methodology in eliciting data, linguistic data from the subjects involved in the study. Just one tiny example.
Do you think a doctorate is necessary?
Yes, I do. I do. And then a master's degree is not no longer, because it's a field that, the master's, it's all structured. There's structured and there's a doctorate, but the person has to also continue to grow on his or her own, take other courses. But I think if you limit to say the structure of an MA and say I'm finished, I'm done now, I don't think it's sufficient. Taking on a doctorate, maybe postdoctorate or other courses, will definitely enrich one's education, culture, and I believe future job opportunities of employment for employment.
Is there anything you would like to add, any questions you would like to ask me, or anything you consider beneficial that I have not mentioned?
I think we've covered all the bases, and I think it's been a good semester with the class we have. You find most of the students are not even, they're from outside of the College of Humanities. They're from other faculties or colleges, but seem to have coalesced around learning, acquiring basic concepts about language. I hope to have contributed somewhat to their cultural knowledge.
Done. Thank you.
Well,